The Second ACT Society. Episode 2, The First Client. Opening sequence. They say the first step is always the hardest. What they don't tell you is that the second step, the one where you actually have to deliver on what you promised, that's the one that makes you question everything. It had been 1 week since the 5 of us opened the Second Act Society. 7 days since we signed the lease, bought furniture from IKEA, and pretended we knew what we were doing. And now, at 7:32 on a Monday morning, I was staring at my phone with 12 consultation requests and absolutely no idea how to help any of them. Welcome to entrepreneurship. ACT won the consultation. Our office on Monday morning looked like 5 women playing office, which, I suppose, is exactly what we were. Carmen was at her makeshift desk, a folding table we planned to replace when we had money, doing something intimidating with spreadsheets. Michelle paced near the window, on her phone, with what sounded like a potential client. Tessa hunched over her laptop, typing furiously. And Pam was rearranging the waiting area for the 3rd time. Stop fussing. It looks fine. It looks like a garage sale. We're supposed to be professional career coaches and we have folding chairs. We have folding chairs and a nice plant. That was another inquiry. Woman, 56, laid off from finance. I scheduled her for Wednesday. That's 18 consultations this week. We can't possibly. We'll figure it out. Diane, you're not fooling me. We need a system. We can't just wing this. She was right. Of course she was right. But I didn't want to admit that I'd spent the entire weekend reading career coaching books and watching YouTube videos, trying to learn how to do something I'd promised we already knew how to do. We all froze. A woman stood in our doorway. Early 50s, professional clothes that didn't quite fit right anymore. The kind of exhausted that comes from months of trying and failing. Hi, I have a 9 o'clock? Rachel Martinez? Our first client. I led Rachel into our conference room, the private office with a folding table we'd designated as the professional space. Thank you for seeing me. I filled out the forms online. I hope I did them right. You did great. Why don't you tell me what brings you here? She took a breath. That particular breath of someone about to confess something they're ashamed of. I've been unemployed for 3 months. Before that, I was director of operations at a pharmaceutical company. 24 years. They called it a restructuring. I was 52 and suddenly redundant. I knew that feeling. We all did. I've sent out 47 resumes. 47. And I've had exactly 2 interviews. Both times, I could see it in their eyes. I'm too old, too expensive, too much. Her voice cracked on the last word. The second interview was last week. For a position I'm overqualified for. The hiring manager was maybe 35. He asked me where I saw myself in 5 years. And I thought, I see myself not sitting here, being interrogated by someone young enough to be my son. But I smiled and said I was eager to learn and grow. What happened? He said I seemed overqualified. And he was concerned I wouldn't be adaptable to new methods. Which is code for you're old. 24 years of experience. And I can't get hired because I have too much experience. How does that make sense? It didn't, but we both knew the world didn't have to make sense. Can I see your resume? She pulled it from her portfolio. 5 pages. Dense text. Every job she'd ever held, going back to 1995. Oh no. Rachel, can I be honest with you? Please. Your resume is why you're not getting calls. But I followed all the templates online. I included everything. Exactly. You included everything. And that's the problem. An employer looks at this for maybe 6 seconds. They see 5 pages and their brain says old, long tenure. Probably expensive, probably inflexible. They never get to see how brilliant you are. Because they can't get past the format. Her face fell. So what do I do? We rebuild it. From scratch. But not as a job history, as a marketing document for your next chapter. We worked for 2 hours straight. I'd never actually coached anyone before, but something kicked in. Maybe all those years of marketing experience. Maybe desperation to not let her down. Maybe both. Okay, 1 page. Just your last 15 years. We lead with your achievements, not your job titles. Look at this. Before Director of Operations, Pharma Corp. Inc., 2000 to 2024. Responsibilities included managing operations, overseeing staff, budget planning, process improvement. After Operational Excellence Leader. Reduced operating costs 32% while improving service quality metrics. Led transformation of legacy systems, saving $2.4 million annually. Built and mentored high-performing teams across 4 departments. Rachel stared at the screen. That's me? That's who you actually are. When we take away the boring job description language, you didn't just manage operations. You saved them millions of dollars. You transformed systems. You built teams. That's what employers want to hear. I never thought of it that way. No one does. We're taught to be humble, especially as women. We downplay our achievements. But you know what? You earned every one of these accomplishments. Own them. Rachel's eyes were wet. I've been applying to these jobs thinking I had to apologize for my experience. Like it was baggage. It's not baggage. It's proof that you know what you're doing. But we have to package it differently. No more listing every job since the 90s. No more making yourself look like the safe, experienced choice. You position yourself as the innovative, results-driven choice. Who happens to bring 24 years of wisdom? Can I really still say I'm innovative at 52? I thought about us. 5 women starting a business in our 50s. About Tessa redesigning our entire website in 2 days. About Michelle cold calling potential clients with zero fear. About Carmen negotiating our lease like a shark. About Pam holding us all together while her own life fell apart. Rachel, the most innovative thing I've ever done, I did last week at 54. Innovation isn't about age. It's about giving a damn. She laughed. Actually laughed. First time since she'd walked in. Pam stuck her head in. Sorry to interrupt. Diane, it's 11:30. You have another consultation at noon. Already? I looked at Rachel. I'm sorry, we're out of time for today. Wait, but what do I do now? Do I just send this new resume out? I hesitated. The truth was, I didn't know what came next. We hadn't planned a process. We'd just started taking clients. How about this? Take the resume home. Customize it for 3 specific jobs you actually want. Not jobs you think you can get, jobs you want. Send them to me by Friday. We'll refine them together. And then, next session. We tackle your LinkedIn and practice your interview responses. Next session? You signed up for bronze tier, right? 3 sessions. We've got 2 more to make you unstoppable. Her whole posture changed. Straightened. Unstoppable. I like that. ACT2 the debrief. At lunch, all 5 of us crammed into the main office space. With takeout Thai food. Our first official business meeting. So, how'd it go? I think it went okay. She's sending me customized resumes by Friday. Did you set up the follow-up tracking? The what? The system I built. Client tracking, session notes, follow-up reminders? I sent everyone the link. I had 17 unread emails from Tessa. Right, that. Yes. I'll input her information later. Translation: you had no idea what you were doing and winged the whole thing. I didn't wing it. I jazz improvised with client-centered flexibility. That's winging it with better vocabulary. The point is, she left feeling better than when she arrived. Isn't that what matters? That and actually getting her hired. Did you prep her for interviews? We're doing that next session. What about salary negotiation? Session 3. And did you explain that we can't guarantee results, only guidance? Did she sign the waiver? I looked at Pam. There's a waiver? Pam's face said everything. Diane, the legal documents I sent everyone Friday night? With the subject line, urgent client protection documents? I might have been stressed drinking wine and assembling furniture? Okay, fine. I'm winging it. We're all winging it. We've been open for 1 week and I'm supposed to be an expert career coach when last Monday I got fired from my career? Silence. Then Carmen spoke. So we learn as we go. What if we screw up? What if Rachel sends out these resumes and still doesn't get hired? What if we can't actually help anyone? Then we refund her money and do better with the next client. But Diane, that resume transformation you did? I saw it on your screen. That's solid work. Really? Really? You took someone's dusty old job history and made them look like a rock star. That's literally marketing, which you did for 27 years. You know what you're doing. You just don't trust yourself yet. Pam checked her phone. Speaking of which, Rachel just posted on our Google review. We all froze. What does it say? Pam read aloud. First session with Diane at the Second Act Society. And I already feel like a different person. She took my outdated resume and showed me how to see my own value. If you're struggling after job loss, these women get it because they've lived it. 5 stars. 5 stars. Our first review. Michelle raised her Diet Coke. To Diane, who apparently knows what she's doing. Even when she doesn't know she knows what she's doing. That sentence hurt my brain. We clinked cans and bottles. 1 client, 1 session, 1 5-star review. It wasn't much, but it was a start. Carmen answered her phone. The Second Act Society, this is Carmen. Yes, we do career transition coaching. 57? Absolutely, we specialize in women over 40. This Thursday at 2 p.m.? Let me check. She looked at me, eyebrows raised. I nodded. Yes, Thursday at 2 p.m. works perfectly. We'll send you the intake forms. Thank you. She hung up. Another client. This is happening, isn't it? It's happening. I stayed late that night, long after the others left. Went through every email from Tessa. Downloaded the client tracking system. Read the legal waivers. Studied the intake forms. Then I pulled up Rachel's new resume and looked at it with fresh eyes. It was good. Really good. And I'd done that. Took someone's desperation and gave them a tool to fight back. An email arrived from Rachel. Subject: thank you, Diane, I couldn't wait until Friday. I spent all evening customizing my resume for 3 positions I actually want. Not jobs I'm settling for, jobs that excite me. It's been 3 months since I felt excited about anything. I don't know if I'll get interviews. But for the first time since I got laid off, I feel like I have something to offer instead of something to apologize for. Thank you for seeing me. Not the old, overqualified me. The actual me. Rachel. I typed back. Rachel, send me those resumes. We'll make them shine. And for the record, you were never the problem. The system is. But together, we're going to beat it. Diane. ACT3. The follow-up. Friday came faster than I expected. I'd seen 3 more clients that week, all of them variations on Rachel's story. Too experienced. Too expensive. Too old. I was learning to spot the pattern. Brilliant women who'd been systematically convinced their value had an expiration date. Rachel's email arrived at 4:47 p.m. 3 resumes, each one customized perfectly, each one highlighting different strengths for different roles. She'd listened. She'd learned. She'd done the work. I was scheduling her second session when my phone rang. Hello, Diane? It's Rachel. I'm sorry to call. I know we're not meeting until next week. But I got an interview. What? An interview? For one of the positions I sent you. The Director of Strategic Operations role. They called 20 minutes after I submitted my application. 20 minutes, Diane. I stood up. Rachel, that's amazing. The recruiter said my resume stood out because it was results-focused and demonstrated forward-thinking leadership. Those were her exact words. Forward-thinking. At 52, I felt something warm spread through my chest. Pride? Relief? Both? When's the interview? Next Thursday. Which is why I'm calling. I'm terrified. I haven't interviewed in 24 years. What if I mess this up? What if I get there and they realize I'm too old? What if? Rachel, stop. You're spiraling. And I get it. But here's what's actually happening. A company saw your resume and immediately wanted to talk to you. Not despite your experience, because of it. They already think you're qualified. Now you just have to show up as yourself. What if myself isn't good enough? Then they're idiots and we find you somewhere better. Can you come in Monday? We'll do a full interview prep session. Practice questions, body language, salary discussion, everything. That's not until my second session. I don't want to use it early. Rachel, this is what the second session is for. We're going to prepare you to walk in there and blow their minds. But Monday is your day off. Pam said you all agreed to 4-day weeks. I had said that, in a moment of optimism about work-life balance that now seemed laughably naive. Monday's fine. This is your shot. We're taking it. Thank you. I don't know what I'd do without you. After we hung up, I sat there for a moment, staring at my phone. 1 week ago, I'd been terrified I couldn't help anyone. Now I had a client with an interview. An actual, real interview for a job she actually wanted. Pam walked in, her bag over her shoulder. You're still here? It's after 5. Go home. Rachel got an interview. Pam's face lit up. Our Rachel? From Monday? Our Rachel. Next Thursday. Diane, that's wonderful. You look like you're going to cry. I'm not going to cry. You're totally going to cry. Shut up. But I was smiling. Pam, what if we can actually do this? What if we can actually help people? Then we'll have done something that matters. Which is more than we can say about our last 27 years. We walked out together, locking the office behind us. In the elevator down, Pam turned to me. You know what David said last night? David, her husband. The one she'd been growing distant from. I braced myself. He said I seem different. Lighter. Like I'm not carrying the weight of the world anymore. I told him I traded corporate weight for startup weight. Same weight, different purpose. And what did he say? He said this weight looks better on me. The elevator doors opened to the lobby. We walked out into the Friday evening rush of Manhattan. Somewhere in this city, Rachel was preparing for an interview. Other women were searching for jobs. Struggling with resumes, wondering if they'd ever work again. And we were here, 5 women with an office and a dream. And apparently the ability to actually help. Pam? Yeah? I think we're going to be okay. She smiled. Yeah, I think we are. Epilogue. Rachel's interview prep session was intense. We spent 4 hours going through every possible question. Every scenario, every salary negotiation tactic I could think of. She stumbled at first. Got defensive when I asked about her age. Undersold herself when discussing salary. But by hour 3, something clicked. She walked into that room expecting to justify her existence. She walked out knowing her worth. Thursday afternoon, I was in a session with a different client. When my phone buzzed. Text from Rachel, I got it. Just 3 words, but they meant everything. That night, the 5 of us went out for drinks. A real celebration, not an airport bar desperation session. Carmen, Michelle, Tessa, Pam, and me. 5 women who'd been told we were redundant, proving that we were essential. To Rachel. To our first success story. To Diane, who pretended she knew what she was doing until she actually did. To second acts. I raised my glass last. To all of us. And to every woman who thinks it's too late. It's not. It's never too late. We drank to that. To second chances. To proving the system wrong. To being exactly who we needed to be, exactly when we needed to be it. They say the first step is always the hardest. But sometimes the first success? That's what changes everything.